Didn't notice. There's a camera here. Safety camera. And this, I don't know what this is. What is that? What's this for? Yeah, there's little drawers here, which I didn't notice last time. And if I bring this in, there's a USB there, which I didn't notice that last time too. Hey everyone, EVRoute here, and I finally got behind the wheel of the Zeekr 7X long range, which I was so excited to test drive because I test drove the 7X all-wheel drive, one of the first ones to be able to, luckily, in Perth. And once I did, I was pretty keen to test drive the long range. At the time, I was told it'd be the following week that I would be able to, but there were some hiccups. Apparently, it didn't arrive from the docks in the time that they thought it would, so I actually test drove it a few weeks later. Anyway, because of that, they actually gave me more time with the long range, which was really good. I actually brought my partner with me because she's not very experienced with EVs, but after hearing my review of the 7X, she was very keen to find out what the hype was all about. So yes, I've already driven the all-wheel drive performance version, which you can find in this video here, and I really enjoyed all those extra features, but I did want to see this long range, given its price, given the practicality of it. Could it actually be the more reasonable buy? So this version is pretty well equipped. You get that luxurious interior, but this one also gets that 21 speaker sound system, which the entry model doesn't get, but the all-wheel drive does. And it keeps the head-up display, which my partner absolutely loved during this drive. She kept saying how useful it was. I couldn't see it because of my sunglasses, but still, it was really good when I took it off. This version runs the 100 kilowatt hour NCM battery with the 800 volt architecture, meaning that it can also charge super fast, up to that advertised 420 kilowatts. And if you're looking for the range, I was told about 615 kilometers, WLTP that is. So on paper, it looks really good. So how was the actual drive? I'd say, compared to the all-wheel drive version, you do lose that air suspension. And because I did test drive the all-wheel drive recently, I actually felt that difference, and I was surprised that I did. On the freeway at higher speeds, when there were more bumps, I did feel that bounciness. And I would say if I had to review that handling, it just wasn't as nice. It wasn't as tight, I think the word would be. The steering as well, even though I changed the modes, I feel like it was a bit lighter. I did test drive a few cars since, which compared to those is totally fine, but I'm not sure. My memory might be wrong. It was not as tight I didn't feel as confident with the steering as I did with the all-wheel drive. That being said though, this car still felt solid to drive. It was still smooth, it was still quiet, it still had that nice response, that instant acceleration that you want. That's just the beauty of EVs. And like I said, my partner did join me for this one. She doesn't really drive cars, let alone EVs, but she got used to this pretty quickly. She got used to the one pedal driving. I think the main challenge was really just working out the controls from the infotainment system. Now, the thing I really wanted to show off to my partner, and something I was really impressed by last time, was the auto park feature. And it worked really well with the all-wheel drive when I was test driving that. I went to the same car park I was brought to last time, but this time, no matter how many times I tried to show the auto park feature, it kept saying that the slope was too steep. Even though it looked fine, and even though I swear I parked in the same spot last time, I did try asking the rep. She said maybe there was a curb or something interfering with it, which can stop the software, but I'm not too sure about that. Maybe it was the software. A little disappointing, but hopefully something that gets ironed out. And maybe it was just because this was the demo version, the test drive version. So how much is this version? Look, I was quoted $71,917.40 drive away in WA. That includes the GST, which is $6,058. The charge from the dealer is $2,739. That was a question mark from me, but it is what it is from their quote. The vehicle license duty was $4,153, and this also includes the 12-month rego, which is $1,124. So yes, not as cheap, I guess, as the other cars, but for what you get, pretty good value compared to the all-wheel drive, especially if you do care more just about comfort, practicality, rather than the sporty handling. So I feel like this 7X long range compared to the all-wheel drive is on the lower spectrum, which obviously it is. However, it is a very nice middle ground. I think it's probably the best value in the 7X family. It's got that good range, it's got the luxury features that you need or want, and it just does it for you for everyday driving. I still think it's a very nice looking car. It looks different to any other EV out there. It's not too generic looking. It's got a bit of character. It's well equipped. It just fits the criteria for a nice, comfortable drive in an EV with this much space. So look, if you're considering the 7X, the Zeekr 7X, and you don't think you need the all-wheel drive performance, the long range might be the one for you. But if you are more into driving, if you do want that extra, grip and power and handling, then all drive is a perfectly good choice. So that's my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for, engaging with me these past few videos. If you found this helpful, if you have a Zeekr 7X or you're looking at getting it, please let me know. Comment why you'd like to get this car. And subscribe if you want to see more EV test drives from me. Thank you.